The hustle of workplace was beginning to steal away much of my personal space. Although years of love seemed to be fading away, making way for piles of projects, proposals, and presentations. In the winter of 2014, on the university campus of Hongik in Seoul, I innocently entered the labyrinth of companionship, unaware of the complications that lie ahead. Jinsoo, a college classmate, caught my eye, and what started as shared sketches and polite banter gradually evolved into a deep connection that was strong for the time being. We flourished together, growing into each other's lives effortlessly, like a cogwheel fitting perfectly onto another. Our common interests in design brought us closer, overshadowing the hardships of academic pressure. Those were simpler times, devoid of existential complexities, clouded only by the aroma of brewing coffee, rustling papers, and the dull hum of our conversations, echoing in the corridors of the campus. Seasons of warmth nurtured our relationship, painting an illusion of permanence in our young minds. Yet the cloak of simplicity was soon to be lifted, revealing a maze of emotions and decisions that we were not completely prepared for. As the sweet poison of love began to wear off, the stark realities of life were becoming glaringly visible. As time went on, our personalities began to grate on each other. There was a moment when the strain in our relationship started surfacing. It was August 2016 when we were caught up in a heated argument about our future. While I was bent on pursuing a successful career in industrial designing, Jinsoo wanted to settle down and start a family. This was a path I wasn't ready to take at such an early stage in my life and career. These conflicting outlooks led to misunderstandings, casting shadows of doubt and worry on our relationship. We were two driven individuals, chasing completely different dreams, walking on diverging tracks destined to part ways. The unsettling realization was a punch to the gut, a sharp tug to my sanity. I was consumed with guilt. The thought of disappointing someone who had become an indispensable part of my life engulfed me, leaving me breathless. Yet I also understood the importance of standing by my own dreams and aspirations, not losing myself in the labyrinth of our relationship. It was like sailing in a turbulent sea, with waves of conflicting emotions crashing against the vessel of my rationality. In those moments of discord, I would often retreat to sketching, my sanctuary of solitude. This harbored a sense of normalcy amidst the chaos. With every rough sketch, every fine line, the inner turmoil would gradually dissolve, harden, and crystallize into a dignified decision. The love that was once a comforting breeze had morphed into a turbulent storm. I found myself staring at an emotional crossroads. Prioritizing between personal growth and nurturing a relationship was a test I hadn't prepared myself for. But as one chapter of my life was closing, another was gently unfurling its pages. Soon after the penultimate fall semester in 2013, I discovered an unspoken spark flickering in the corner of my life. Hyun. Our orbits had crossed at random get-togethers, university parties, our social circuits merging at ever-narrowing angles. But it wasn't until a cold February evening in 2019 that the connection ignited. We stood ankle-deep in the softly lit depths of friendship circles, stealing glances and exchanging shy smiles. An intimacy that curled around us like a whispered secret we both were just waiting to let out. It was a connection that swiftly spiraled into a charming dance of thoughts and shared laughter. A comprehension that didn't require elaborated explanations or amplified words. Hyun understood my dreams, mirrored my ambitions without suffocating them, and provided a sense of reassurance that was as calming as the seaside lullaby I used to hear growing up. Effortlessly, we found ourselves wrapped in the gossamer threads of affection, nurturing a bond that was undefined yet intimate, unsure yet comforting. Valentine's Day was right around the corner, and our nascent connection, unmarked by labels, was simmering with anticipation. Hyun asked me out to a rooftop restaurant, an overlook to the city wrapped in twilight's twinkling blanket. Stars above, Seoul's city lights below, and us, cocooned in a world where we danced to the rhythm of shared dreams, laughter, and a kinetic connection that transcended words. The memory of that evening still etches a sweet smile on my lips. The city lights, the light breeze whispering through my hair, Hyun's twinkling eyes matching the glow of the cosmos, and above all, the hope of a budding romance. It was a scene right out of a movie. As the evening wore on, cocooned in this bubble, I felt a rush of emotions, of warmth, of connection, and for the first time since my breakup with Jinsoo, of hope. I let myself recline into the embrace of this new chapter and immersed myself in the moment, cherishing every passing second, every shared story, and every shared glance. That evening, staring into the vast expanse of the glittering cityscape, I realized that love isn't about losing or merging into another person, but about celebrating each other's individuality. And in that moment, I felt a wave of contentment wash over me. My apprehensions quietened, and the echoes of my past relationship seemed to be drowned in the vast expanse of the tranquil night. Up there on that rooftop, under the canvas of cosmic marvels, I found myself in the throes of a budding romance that held the promise of something beautiful, something deep. The nights following our Valentine's Day dinner witnessed the birth of something truly electric, a force brewing between us that defied description. This connection, gossamer at first, solidified with each passing conversation, each shared smile, and each stolen moment, reinforcing my belief that love was blossoming once more. I was drawn to Hyun's genuine respect for my dreams, his uncanny simulation of my ambitions, and more importantly, his ability to reassure my restless heart with his mere presence. Diverting from the chaos that reigned during my university days and hinting at calm was a bond steadily earning its meaning in my life. A relationship neither defined by restraining labels nor succumbing to common insecurities. Each day we continued to weave the tapestry of our friendship, delicately threading whispers of affection and assurance that both soothed my fears and made me yearn for more of Hyun's inviting companionship. The echo of our shared laughter dissipated into the city's twilight, our smiles reflected in the city's glowing panorama, and our conversations tossed around playfully like the breezes brushing past us that auspicious evening. Yes, our stories were still being written, our paths still converging, but after that blissful Valentine's date with Hyun, in the heart of my city, I found myself effortlessly falling into an enriching companionship. In contrast to the emotional turmoil I underwent with Jinsoo, with Hyun, I began feeling a sense of security and respectful mutual understanding I'd lost touch with. As days turned into weeks and weeks began folding into months, I realized I was willingly becoming a part of Hyun's life, as he was of mine. Amidst this dynamic backdrop of our city, with the noise of ambition and the hustle of life, I tumbled headfirst into an emotional chapter that encompassed much more than budding romance. It was about evolving, transforming with every shared experience, and above all, learning to love again. Even today, as I recall those plush moments, the cityscape around our rooftop restaurant becomes more tangible, each beat of my heart mimicking the rhythm of that night's whispered confessions, and the scent of Hyun's cologne intermingling with the crisp city air. It was a melange of my past, present, and a hopeful future, a testament to the resilience my heart had shown me, becoming my beacon of hope as I navigated the complexities of love and life. And in those moments of profound realization, I embraced my feelings, opened the doors to my guarded heart, and let love illuminate the tranquil corners of my soul anew. Hyun and I continued entwining our stories, living out our dreams together in this vast cityscape, finding comfort and strength in our blossoming connection. And as I let myself bask in the moments we created, far from the shadows of my past, under the starlit soul sky, I found love redefining itself, scripting a tale that was truly ours to cherish. This was not merely a new chapter in the book of my life. It was a complete, beautiful narrative in itself, promising the unwritten pages a touch of love, companionship, and perhaps a love story never narrated before in the streets of Seoul. By the fall of 2019, my work at Volt Motors had become increasingly demanding, a beautiful beast of its own, scaling uncharted territories. The agency of my role had grown beyond what I had initially perceived, pushing my abilities to new frontiers and with it, demanding my undivided attention and relentless effort. I was proud of what my career had blossomed into, but I was equally aware of the toll it was exacting on my personal life, particularly my relationship with Hyun. Workdays seeped into weekends, and the short, gleeful phone calls with Hyun turned into quick exchanges of our daily schedules. The intricacies of my project continuously held me in its grip, and in the whirl of meetings, designs, criticisms, and my steadfast determination to succeed, I often lost track of time. The balance I had maintained began to falter, the scales tipping overwhelmingly towards my career. Constant reassurances on both ends did little to soothe the building tension between us. Words which once reflected understanding began sounding hollow and strained. Deep down, I was conscious of the rift, a growing vastness that threatened to swallow the bond we cherished. And when the ultimate confrontation came one autumn evening, it was less of a surprise and more of an acceptance of an inevitable fallout. We parted ways amicably with a shared, sorrowful acceptance that our lives were headed in different trajectories. There was no animosity, but a silent promise of cherishing what we had and carrying forward the lessons learned. I remember his understanding smile as he brushed away the tear trailing down my cheek right before he left, vaguely echoing the empathetic connection we once shared. That night, I let myself shed a single tear for the loss of an endearing relationship, for the dreams dreamt together, and for the quiet companionship that had momentarily lit up my life. In the aftermath of our breakup, I dove headfirst into my work, seeking solace in my designs, every project a tribute to my resilience, and every presentation a testament of my steadfast resolve. I was heartbroken, yes, but I was also determined not to let it impact the career that was becoming an integral part of who I was. A ready warrior in the face of adversity, a stubborn artist crafting her masterpiece, an ambitious woman paving her way in the world of design. A year drifted by, leaving my heart to mend itself, accustomed to the rhythmic solitude it had found comfort in. Then circumstances changed, and with it I saw a new face emerge in my otherwise routinely life at Volt Motors, Taehyung. A brilliant engineer at our firm, his presence was already familiar, but it felt different this time. He was the paradoxical blend of tranquility and innovation, a strange mix that intrigued me. Our professional discussions soon turned into light-hearted conversations, and before I knew it, I was looking forward to our small chats after long days' work. There was a warm comfort in our exchanges, an ease that I hadn't felt in a long time. In the whirlpool of designs and deadlines, brick by brick, we laid the foundation of our relationship. Underneath Seoul's city lights on the Moscato-infused rooftop evenings, and amid the vintage gramophone tunes in the quiet corners of charming city cafes, a new romance was brewing. This was not rushed, not desperate. It was a mindful exploration of the sentiments we carried for each other, unhurried and sincere. Like two pieces of a puzzle, our professional synchrony spilled into our personal lives. Our dates were dotted with nuances of both work and play, brainstorming a sleek console design for our upcoming coupe model over soulful Korean barbecue, or discussing Burning Sun's electrifying club EDM beats over graphene battery grids. In our own quaint ecosystem, love breathed in the midst of capacitors and K-pop, hub motors and hobagogi, circuit boards and clubbing. With him, I could wear my vulnerabilities on the sleeve without the fear of being judged, a raw transparency that our relationship welcomed. Looking at him was like having a mirror in front of me, a mirror that reflected not just my face but my ambitions, my sacrifices, and my quest for that unique fusion between life's build and beauty. With him, love was not a distracting deluge. Instead, it was a soft stream that supplemented my journey, a gentle rapids brushing the shores while I continued sailing. My relationship with Taehyung was a testament to my alignment, career, relationships, and self-love, all humming a harmonious tune. The joy of this alignment was not just about romance. It was an ode to my resilience as a creative, as a lover, and more importantly, as Jiwoo, a woman who embraced her vulnerabilities with as much grace as her victories. Every moment with Taehyung, every look exchanged, every laugh shared, was not merely a passing ripple. It was a blooming echo of our love sculpting itself amidst the carved silhouettes of my journey. Despite the past heartbreaks, my belief in love had always been unwavering. It held an irreplaceable space and stood tall amidst the rapid revolutions of my life. After reconnecting with Taehyung, I felt that familiar warmth crawls back into my life, promising a story that was different from any of the preceding ones. But alongside the promise of renewed romance, there was another sentiment: wisdom. After the trials and tribulations, my perspective towards love had evolved, And now it was not just a passionate feeling, but a conscious choice. A choice to build a connection, a choice to be transparent, and a choice to be resilient in the face of challenges. Every day with Taehyung was a step towards understanding the intriguing blend of work and love that came alive in our sizzling discussions, giving the mornings their own melody. It was a heartwarming rhythm to shape my days, a captivating symphony that whispered soft tales in my ear as I sketched designs, deeply engrossed in my work, yet constantly aware of the beat that was resonating with my heart. Days turned into months, and within the labyrinth of industrial designs and ink-stained notebooks, I saw my reflection in Taehyung's eyes, reflecting the smile, the zeal, the dappled hopes, intricately woven into my persona, my career, and our evolving relationship. And with every day passing, the mirror of our love only got clearer, more profound, wrapped in a strange delight, emotions that I carried with grace and elan. Contrary to the past, love this time felt different, more like a soft stream gently pushing me ahead in my path rather than a deluge derailing me off. It was an added fuel to my dreams, a serene melody playing in the background of my industrious days. Love was no longer a distraction, it was a supplement, a motivator that gently nudged me towards my dreams while holding on to my heartstrings. No longer separate entities, they were now intricately connected, the love for my craft and the love for the man who too shared a similar passion. The joy that this alignment brought was not just kindling nostalgia, it was about finding harmonious synchrony in every tune that my life was humming: work, love, perseverance. Every moment spent with Taehyung, every shared triumph on professional front, every laugh resonating in personal tales, seemed to strengthen this synchrony, solidifying my stride towards my dreams as we etched the chronicles of our love amidst the etched silhouettes of our shared dreams. Indeed, it was just the beginning of a fascinating tale, meticulously drafted on the canvas of love, resonating with our shared dreams and ambition, boldly ready for the exciting chapters that lay ahead.